Hey, what's up, Next Bluprint community? My name is Mike Opid, and I am one of the co-owners of Next Bluprint. And for this video, guys, I want to talk to you about how you can manage time more effectively so you can actually get more time back in your day to accomplish more things you want to accomplish. I think we can all agree that we don't get more time. It's one thing that no matter how much money you have in the world, Elon Musk cannot buy more time. We get the same 24 hours. We're all awake for a certain period of time every single day. We all have to sleep. So it's important that we really, as realtors, use our time effectively because honestly, we can get sucked into so many things that suck up so much of our time that we look back and go, wow, I didn't get as much done today as I needed to get done. So for this video, I just want to talk to you about a handful of things that have really helped us in our businesses to just kind of simplify things, streamline things, and really it's really created a lot more time in our day that we could spend on really anything we want to spend it on, right? And it really starts with one of the most simplest things, and that's checklists. Are you using checklists? Do you have checklists for everything? This is one thing that when I'm talking to agents, and my partner Alex is talking to agents about, it's amazing that a lot of them don't have checklists. They don't have a lot of things really organized. They kind of try to do it all from memory, and that's okay, but then that uses brain power, and we need that brain power for more important things. So simply think of all the things you do on a regular basis, right? What happens when you get a listing? What happens when you get a buyer? All right? Do you have a list of things that you do every single time that helps keep you organized and keep you on track? We'll make a checklist for these. Simply write them out, put it somewhere, and use these every time you get a new listing or you get a new buyer. It sounds boring. I totally get that. And yes, they are boring, but they are massively effective. And if you do research on people that are very successful and get a lot accomplished, they a lot of times are talking about how much their checklists play a huge role in their day-to-day businesses and day-to-day lives, so they're able to get a lot more done. So think of all the things you do on a regular basis and make them into checklists. Put it somewhere and use them often. One of the next best things I love doing is I put systems together for like literally everything. When my kids were born, I actually put a system together of how I'm going to change their diapers. All right? That's how much systems mean to me, is I am looking for anything that I can apply a system to. And it could be as simple as how you make offers. You know, it could be a system of just what happens when an offer comes in when you have a listing, or just what happens when you're going to do an open house. What's your system for that? You know, systems tend to really coincide with checklists, but you need to just look into what are the systems I could implement into my business? What could I do that's just going to make my life easier? Another great suggestion is time blocking. Look, our schedules are ours. That's one of the coolest things about being a realtor, being an entrepreneur, is that we make our own schedule. But it could also be dangerous if you think about it, because there are so many things that we have to do on a daily basis that literally pull us in a million directions. Not to mention life is included in that. And if you have family, you know what it's like when the kids or the spouse is asking you to do things and you got a million things to do for your business. Time blocking is an incredible way to make sure that you get the things done you need to get done. Maybe that's prospecting, it's cold calling, or it's client calling your database, or whatever it is. But if you time block for that in the morning, it's on your calendar, it feels a lot more real. And that's typically what we see with people, is that if it's on their calendar, it becomes more real and we become more committed to it. So just think about all the things that you're going to do, that you need to do on a daily basis, and put them on your calendar. Another thing that I started doing years ago, and it probably pissed off a lot of lenders, but I stopped taking unnecessary meetings. And it's tough to say no a lot of times, and I get that, and there's elegant ways to do it. But what I found was that when my business started picking up, a lot more people wanted my time. They want to solicit me. They want to take me out to coffee, take me out for lunch, and be like, hey, how do we do business together? And that's wonderful. It's an amazing compliment. But what I tend to find is that we sit there for that meeting, and although some really good things happen, there's still a lot more that goes into it. It's the commute. It's knowing I got to work my schedule around that. And I started asking, are these meetings really worth it? Is it worth my time to go take these meetings, or could I be doing something else that is a lot more beneficial for my business or even my life? And when I come to find out is a lot of things that I was doing, a lot of the meetings I was taking weren't really necessary. So I stopped taking them. And I actually got this from Mark Cuban. If you don't know who he is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks NBA team. And he made a comment, which I don't know if it really works for us, but it kind of hits home in a way. It says, I don't take a meeting unless there's a check in it for me. Now, obviously, there's not always going to be checks in it for us, and he's on a whole different level as a billionaire, but you kind of get the point. When you're going to take a meeting, if someone's asking you for your time, knowing we don't get more time, we can never get that time back, just make sure it's an important meeting. And if you feel it is, take it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel like it's not as important, or maybe it's something you can do on the phone or Zoom, look at those routes instead, decide, make that decision, and then if it is, take the meeting. If not, maybe it's better not, or maybe it's better you don't take that meeting. And the last thing, guys, something that has been very, very helpful for me is that, our clients are going to be all over us all the time for responses. That's the world we live in with the notifications on our phone, social media, everything that's popping up on a regular basis. It's massively distracting. And so there are things every single day that we need to do to get done to keep our business moving in the right direction. I talked about time blocking earlier for prospecting. One of the things that I found has been very efficient is that I won't answer a client until after I get all my morning things done that I need to do when I get into the office. Prospecting, following up on showings, maybe looking for properties for my buyers, whatever it is. I need to get all those things done first before I ever respond to a client, because as soon as I respond, I know what's going to happen. They're going to respond right away. And as soon as that happens, you start going down that hole of just constantly responding, and a bunch of time goes by, and all of a sudden, you didn't get all the things done you needed to get done for your business in the morning. So for me, 9 o'clock is my time. I really try to not respond before 9 o'clock, but if my morning's running long, I'll still get all my things done first, and then I'll respond. Same thing at night. I stop responding at about 10 o'clock. I do this on purpose because past 10 o'clock, there's things that I need to do for myself, for my business, for me personally. Like I mentioned earlier, I love to read. So for me, I have time on my calendar that I'm reading. And what I did was I just said I'm not going to respond past 10 o'clock unless it's an absolute emergency. I'm likely going to see the email, but I'm just not going to respond to it. If it's call or text and it's something obviously dire, of course, there's exceptions. But for the most part, I'm cutting things off at 10 o'clock. It's been wonderful to do this because now my evenings are mine, and I just feel so much more refreshed once I'm able to get stuff done. That's going to help me and help my business. So, guys, those are 5 things I gave you that are really helpful when it comes to managing time, creating more time in your day. Think about implementing them. There's some stuff in there that could really help you if you dive into it. And ultimately, we just hope this helps you, right? That's why we love doing these videos. And speaking of why we love doing the videos is that we want you to see more of them. So please subscribe to our channel, click that bell so you see all the notifications of when we post a new video. We post them every single Monday, 9 a.m. Central Time. And it's free education. We really just want to help you. So we hope you are getting a lot of these videos. And I look forward to the next one. Talk to you guys again soon. Take care.